Is what?
Oh, I forgot to plug it into the fucking computer. Idiot.
Oh, it's Mara. It's on the ground. Yeah.
And then you got to plug it into the top speaker over there. God, I was gonna do this all, and then oh shit.
Remember when you wanted to play guitar?
Yeah. Sorry. Is it in the aux or in the headphone?
I put in the headphone one.
Okay, good.
Yeah, because we want it.
Yes. Sometimes I accidentally put it in the wrong one.
This is gonna be so loud. I'm excited.
Yeah.
It's gonna blow my phone.
I know.
Is it?
Dude, I have watched
I'm nervous
that
as fuck.
clip of the snake shitting like 20 times in the last 2 days. That one that you sent.
Oh,
bro.
yeah. From Gentleman Bronco.
Yeah.
Oh,
My word.
maybe I have a paper towel.
Yeah.
I can't hear nothing.
Is the volume up all the way?
No, sure isn't.
Maybe don't start at volume up all the way.
Oh, I mean on the board. So
Yeah,
volume
so-
has to be up on the board, and then twist the knob on the speaker. Oh, there we go.
There we go. Yeah.
All right, game on. We're back.
All that.
That's all I wanted to do.
Dude. Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, absolutely.
Hey. Hi, guys. We're back.
Hey.
Dude.
Can't believe it.
Absolutely.
In honor
Thank you, Mara.
of this, we're-
Momentous occasion.
Yeah. Mara has agreed to show us her tits. So
Really? I was like, is that a thing? My
we can do
God.
that after the podcast.
I was like, that's definitely not going on YouTube. Mara just peels out her rack. Okay.
Someone just has to do a breast exam, and then you don't have to censor it.
That's a good point. Is that also on YouTube?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it's always sad because they're always like,
click save search. You know what I mean?
it is cancer.
Oh, Chris.
Speaking of cancer,
Well, this is...
Landon has been bad with his homework. And I'm like, man, if you don't turn in your homework, I'm going to go on your computer and go through all of your browsing history. And the look on his face was like, oh my God.
That's so diabolical.
That's the best punishment I've ever heard. Just to be that open about how you're like,
Mm-hmm.
and we're going to talk about every one of these.
Yeah. It's like, I'm okay with being in denial as long as you're turning your homework in.
Right.
Yeah, it's genius.
Well done.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I was telling Mara before, but if I would have done that in front of Kim, she would have been like, well, fucking look at it right now.
That
Because
ruins
she, I mean, she's in full blown denial mode about that part.
Yeah.
He's still her baby boy.
Even though I had to shave his mustache when we were in Florida.
That's the cutest story.
Aw.
Yeah. Well, and by shave his mustache, I mean, he looked like Tom Selleck. And Chris was like, all right, we got to do something about this.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Dude,
that's
when
so
he
cool.
popped, well, like, so he has long hair now. I'll
Yeah.
put a photo up here. When he popped out of the water for the first time with that long hair, Kim and I both were like, holy shit, is our son cool? Looks like a surfer.
He does, I don't know how he sees anything.
Yeah.
With the over the eyes look going on, but
He had a tan line
from his hair.
from his cis swoop.
Really? Wow.
That is fascinating. And also, so cute.
That can cause lazy eye. Just because, like, remember when emo was a thing?
Right.
That was happening a lot.
That makes sense.
From the one eye having to focus on object too
That's
close.
close. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a rear view
Ah.
mirror in your hair.
I see.
Objects in mirror may be closer than they appear.
Ouchie, ouchie.
Anyways, so what have you guys been up to for the last 2 fucking months?
How are you sleeping?
Oh, you don't
Very
forget
good.
anything.
Yeah.
I stopped taking my Remeron, so I weaned off.
At your doctor's advice, or
Ow.
This was the weight gainer one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I stopped taking that. Snacking at night, done. I don't want to fucking eat at nighttime anymore.
That's huge.
Yeah. You know what else is huge? My boners.
Really?
Yeah, I get boners now. And the funny thing is, is that Kim was like, what the fuck? Because now she's on the opposite side. She's like, I'm tired now. She was like clawing at me before and was like, come on, let's get it on.
It's always grass is greener.
Yeah. And so it's been really funny because like I'll do like really exaggerated shit going into bed like, dun, 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 dun. And she's like, don't fucking touch me. And then I'll like pounce on her and go like, rah, 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 rah. She's like, ah. And then she'll like push my face and be like, take your Remmer on again.
That's so funny. Yeah, Caitlyn like jumped my bones like a few days ago. No, probably a week or so
In
ago.
your sleep?
No, this was like as she was getting ready for bed. So she goes to bed way earlier than I do, you know. So like I do the, you know, say goodnight or whatever, and then she's like, do you want to do it? I was like, well, not right now. I mean, we just had tacos, so I don't want to like get gassy midway through and then, you know, spray the wall with my shit.
Yeah.
It's kind of and she's like, all right, tomorrow after work. And I was like, sure. So then next day happens and I don't even know. It was like at some point in the afternoon, I was like just sitting on my computer working. And then I like had this revelation. I was like, I'm getting laid today. This is fucking dope. It was so childish, but I was like, this is what being married feels like, I've heard. So
yes,
here we go. Celebrate the good times.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Let's do it tomorrow.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah, put it on the calendar. And then we did. She got home and she was like, you ready? And I was like, yeah.
Absolutely.
And then we just, you know, it was really neat.
Yeah. My favorite is like when we know it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Right. And we're like, all right, cool. So like, you know, 2 hours till game time. She'll go take a dump and then jump in the shower.
That's good consistency.
I mean,
yeah, and then I'll take a shower.
Oh,
'cause
you got to be more fresh than she does.
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
And then we'll be like, okay, did we take the garbage down? Garbage is tomorrow. Like shit like that. And then we'll just lay down and be like, it's the funniest when we're both naked and we're laying down and we're like, so you want to do something about this?
Who's going to make the first move?
It's super funny.
Chris has just been walking around the house with one of those mini fans on his balls so they don't start to stink in the 2 hours leading up.
Dude. So she doesn't know that I do this sometimes, but like I'll go in the bathroom and I'll grab like, depends on what's in the bathroom.
Yeah.
If toilet paper is needed, I'll do that. Otherwise, I'll grab like a towel and I will muffle my fart.
Classic move.
So that she doesn't hear it.
Yeah.
Because, you know.
Acoustics.
Yeah.
Right.
Acoustics, for sure.
Right.
Yeah, it's like the Red Rocks in there when
I just recently realized that like so I live in the attic, right?
Yeah.
And I don't own furniture, so I just sit on the floor all the time. And like I'll it's my safe space, so I just let them rip, you know? I just let them fly.
Yeah.
And I'm realizing that it's like vibrating against the floor. So I'm like, I wonder how audible that is down there.
Just in the kitchen, and then here's the
Yeah, exactly.
Or if what they're hearing is like creaking,
yeah,
and they have that conversation.
This house is getting old.
It's fucking falling apart.
Meanwhile, you're just dropping beef upstairs.
That would be great if they brought that to you and they're like, what's it sound like up there for you? Because down here it sounds like it's falling apart.
Honestly, it sounds like clapping cheeks and smells like it too. I don't know.
Pretty sure we have brown mold.
It's the worst kind of mold.
It is the worst.
Oh, that's funny.
How's Mara sleeping?
Yeah.
Mara, how are you
I
sleeping?
literally have a bracelet that tells me.
You got one of those government tracker devices.
Yeah, so they can
Hell
find
yeah.
me. Yeah.
So what
And,
does that do?
It does it pretends to do calories. I'm sure it can't, but it puts numbers on a screen for you, and it does like your heart rate all day, and then it'll measure when you go to sleep and when you wake up, and then it'll also measure if you wake up in the middle of the night.
Does it give you like a sleep score?
Yeah, it does.
How does that work? And also, does it work?
It seems to be that actually seems to be really accurate because like before I even look at the readout or whatever,
Yeah.
I'll guess. I'll be like, that didn't go well, and then I'll like pull it
Yeah.
up, and then it'll be like right on.
Wow.
They're like, oh, yep, that's where I got up to pee, and then yeah, it took me a while to go back to sleep.
Hmm.
And I found out that like I need drugs to sleep, like to get the 100%, the maximum
Like
score.
melatonin drugs or like?
I've been taking ZQL every once in a while.
Oh yeah, okay.
The secret weapon is kratom.
I've heard great things about kratom,
It's my
but
my
I've also
favorite.
heard terrifying things about kratom.
I don't abuse kratom.
Okay, good. Because like, I knew a guy who was like, dude, I just take like a couple during the day. You know, it's totally normal. It's all good. And then it got to the point where he was like ordering bags of it online and was like taking like full spoonfuls like multiple times a day. And then it got to the point where he was capsulizing it and then was taking like 20 capsules at once.
Okay.
And I was like,
That's out of control.
yeah, I was
First of all, I don't even take it every day.
good for you.
And
It's a
then
good start.
I have a food scale and I measure it out
Yes.
the same every time.
Okay, good. Good.
So
Take care of yourself.
being the resident addict,
No, I know.
Well-
This is the kind of thing I don't want to have a problem with.
Yeah, right.
yeah, because it hits the same receptors as opiates.
Opiates,
Right.
yeah. I
So-
can tell.
Very dangerous. Yeah. Because so it's dangerous for addicts, and you hear addicts praising kratom all the time. It's like, kratom saved my life. It's like, well, how often are you taking kratom now? Oh, every day.
And you're like, no,
dude,
you
you
just addicted to kratom.
Yeah. You took like a nerfed version of an opiate, and
Yeah, like this is
and the chance of relapse is so high when you're because when you're fucking with that dopamine receptor, right?
Yeah.
If you decided to stop taking kratom, you're gonna go through withdrawal symptoms. They're not going to be as major as like standard
Heroin.
opiate, but your body's gonna be like, well, we fucking need something. What'd you
Right.
do with all that kratom?
right.
I can't imagine that much. Like, because I'm not even close to like what you were saying, like 20
Yeah.
capsules or whatever.
Right.
Not even on my radar.
Yeah. Well, and just taking like a small amount of something like that will have the sort of neutralizing effect on hyperactivity in your brain is something. I mean, that's what melatonin does. You know, I mean, it's the same thing. Like I take that every day. I take that L-theanine stuff.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
The
That
stuff
stuff-
that's in tea.
Yeah, it's in
Sleep time tea.
yeah, it's the same active ingredient that's in sleepy time tea. But what's there's a flower that's used in tea that's in, or that L-theanine is in. and
I
I'm
think we looked it
totally
up on the
blanking.
show.
Yeah, we probably did.
Poppy seeds.
No, I don't think so. It starts with a C. I don't know what it is, but chamomile. And it might not even be a flower, but I'm pretty sure L-theanine
that's the
is in
leaf.
chamomile.
Yeah, chamomile leaves.
That's
Yeah.
sleepy time tea. I
Yeah.
only know
Yep.
that from Pat Oswalt.
Yeah. So it's been making me exceptionally talkative though in my sleep. And the other night, Caitlyn got the best show she's ever gotten of me while sleeping. You guys know like classic me telling sleep stories, but this one is wow.
Buckle up.
Yeah. So she gets up and goes to the bathroom or something. And then I was apparently like snoring super loud, which like what else is new? And she was like, Alex, you're really snoring. And then I said, wow, I didn't realize I was going to take so long to get to sleepy, Alex. And she was like, what? And then I said something else, and then after that, I just like stuck my hand out and started doing like jazz hands, and then I moved my hand and just put it in her mouth, and it was just jazz hands and in her mouth. She was like, "What in the hell?" Except it was more like, "What in the hell are you doing?" And then I woke up to that, and I was like, "Oh, my bad." She was like, "Yeah, you're bad. She's diddling my tongue, you weirdo." Yeah, so that was, and I'd have to text her to get the whole story.
That's really funny.
She literally wrote it all down in her notes. She's like, "This I have to keep."
So Kim loves recording me snoring.
Yeah.
And finally, I thought it was one of the dogs, but it was her.
You caught her? Oh, that's exciting.
It's very legible and a lot of really, really smooth grain, which is y'all's specialty.
Wow.
Nice.
That's a masculine snore. Good for you, Kim.
Yeah.
It's a little guttural.
Speaking of Caitlyn, when you guys came over, and she started playing the Muzaks,
Yeah.
I was telling my parents about that.
Yeah.
I've actually told all of my family about it because it was so awesome.
It was awesome.
Because we're all sitting here, we're talking, and then she starts playing and singing at the same time, and the conversation just kind of stops, and we're all just staring at her.
That's really what it became. It literally just, she became this, like, I don't even know. Like, she was like, we were just oogling. Like,
Yeah.
We were all just like.
It was like the siren song. Like, if we were a ship, we would have fucking crashed.
Yeah. Yeah.
That sounds super fun.
Yeah.
She,
it was
well,
good.
and she's like,
Oh, I was going to say, so we're doing the music stuff, and you had gotten up for something. Or actually, maybe it was both you and Kim, because it was just her and I in here. And I had said something, and she goes, "Yeah, it's good."
yeah.
And I'd never heard her do that before. I was like, "Look at you! You do the thing."
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's like a few of those now that she does. Like I don't know. And some of them I'm definitely not going to say on air because like, they will be misconstrued. But I think I told you about the one.
I mean, we can cut it out.
Okay. Yeah. Please. I mean.
Okay. I love it. Kim, she's definitely better now, but yeah, she used to be terrified when I would do shit like that.
Yeah. Caitlyn too. But just more like.
But for me, like, I do it to anybody. Like, when anyone's around,
Yeah.
I'll make these jokes.
Yes.
And she'll be like, "Oh my God.
And I do not do it around anybody.
Do we have to leave now?"
Chris, I think we just got canceled. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, so I have a couple of things that I really, really wanted to share with you guys.
Is there a Hawkeye trailer?
All right, it's a sneak peek
Sorry.
trailer. It looks dumb. That was really aggressive. It doesn't. Look
How
that
great
dumb.
was the movie Tag, by the way?
With like Hannibal and stuff?
Yeah.
And Ed Helms?
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
You don't think it was revolutionary?
Not revolutionary.
It was the greatest movie about friendship ever made.
I don't know about that. I've heard that Onward is.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've heard that's a heave crier.
You haven't seen it?
No. My brother told me it's a heave crier, and he's like, that's a brothers movie.
Yes.
It's like the first movie ever that Pixar has made that's about like brotherhood, not about like
Yes.
sisterhood or like. And I was like, really?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, you are going to cry. And if you watch it with Caitlyn, Caitlyn's not going to cry because it's the most brotherly movie. Like it only makes sense as. Anyway.
Speaking of racism,
Yeah.
I just saw somebody posted an article about how Disney continues to be overtly racist.
That's not.
Is overt the secretive one?
No, it's the obvious one.
Yeah.
That's the obvious-
Covert. Is
Covertly.
The, yeah.
Covertly racist.
Covert racist.
Yeah, covert racist.
Starring Josh Brolin. Daniel Day-Lewis returning as Greg Gunderson.
Ah.
Covert racist.
But
I don't know about
somebody pointed out that every single time that there's a person of color, like at the forefront of the movie, they turn them into an animal.
Well, I don't know about that. Well,
So this person did a deep dive, and it's like, shit, every single Disney movie where there's a person of color who's a main character, they're turned into an animal.
Princess and the Frog, is that one of them?
Princess and the Frog, Emperor's New Groove.
but that's David Spade.
Yeah, but he was playing a person of color. They don't touch on that part, how David Spade was playing
Ooh, there's
Mayan
layers.
person. Yeah.
Dude, the movie Soul, he turns into a cat.
Oh shit, it's true, huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
Was Brother
no.
Bear? I never saw Brother
Bear?
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Oh, no.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh. Well, okay. Astute observation. But I'm not sure it's overt racism.
Covert.
Okay, but you said overt is what they said. So did you mean they said covert?
Yes.
Okay. I still don't know if it's covert. I don't think the people at Pixar, who are now like our age, designing these movies. You know what I'm saying? Like it wouldn't make sense if like.
But actually, a lot of them are old.
But no, they're not.
Have you watched any of the behind the scenes stuff?
Yeah, but a lot of the people who are actually in the fucking.
You're talking about the programmers and shit?
Yeah, although they're young kids.
Younger, yeah, for sure.
Know?
Yeah. But they're not in charge. It's
I
the
know.
directors and the.
Yeah, Pixar's been around for like 30 years now.
I know, but there's had to have been some turnover there. I'm just saying,
No.
I don't know. I feel like they're not on the bleeding edge of fucking revolution when it comes to introducing more diverse casts in films. That's for fucking sure. I will say,
So did you see Soul?
yeah.
How wild is it that Trent Reznor did the score for that?
He's great.
I want to say it's like crazy wild, but it's really not. He's like so talented and has.
But I
such
mean, a jazz film? Like, who the fuck thought, yeah, I want Trent Reznor
Well, he's been
and
doing
Atticus.
He's been doing
He's-
soundtracks for a while.
Yeah,
No, I know
and
that.
He's
But for a jazz film?
Yeah, I guess that is a little weird.
That's
even
what
as,
I thought was
even
weird.
as 9 Inch Nails though, like all of their music was so heavily produced by him. Like he's just been an absolutely exceptional producer for.
I'm just saying the genre.
the genre is the surprise.
That's-
and I would
that's
agree
what
with
surprised
that.
me.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah, for sure. I mean, wow, how about
Okay.
them apples? He's hyper talented.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's kind of one of those you just give it to the person with the best skill set.
I'm guessing he worked with some other people.
I'm sure.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah. So he has such a good ear, though.
Yeah.
I think
Yes.
you'd hire him just for that.
Yeah. So it's fascinating because it takes a unique perspective, because when you're in a band like 9 Inch Nails, so much of those songs is based on emotion.
Yeah.
And when you're making a score, you're trying to mimic the emotion that you want the audience to feel. So Trent Reznor,
You're creating the emotion you want the
Yeah.
audience to feel. Yeah.
so like, but I mean the music is supposed to be the vehicle for you to get to that place.
Yes.
It's the alley-oop, eh? They
Yeah.
say, hey, it's time to be sad. Get over here.
Somebody bring in the oboe. We're gonna get sad.
But so a band like artist like Trent, it's like he's already that close to that type of
Amen,
music
brother.
writing.
Yeah.
It's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Back to racism. So
Did anyone see the Mighty Ducks TV show?
No.
Is it bad?
It seems disappointing.
I refuse.
Although Lorelai Gilmore is in it, and Caitlyn loves Gilmore Girls, and I kind of love Gilmore Girls.
I unashamed of how much I love Gilmore Girls.
It is so good.
Yeah.
And also, like, way ahead of its time.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, one of the most underrated scenes, like, I don't know why this isn't talked about more. So there's a love interest, yeah? And then there's ex-husband, and the ex-husband comes back
I've seen the show.
into life. Okay. So for the audience, so ex-husband comes back into the life.
I'm the only one that listens.
And fuck.
oops.
Shit. So the love interest was like, well, what the fuck? I thought we were gonna, and she's like, well, stability and the daughter and the and so he's just like, all right, fine, whatever. And they don't see each other except one night when he closes up shop. That dude just so happens to be walking through town. They don't say a word. They just start walking towards each other and then fucking fight. Like a 3-minute fight scene between these two, and they don't say anything. And then eventually they're both just exhausted and they just walk away from each other.
Well, I haven't
Without a
gotten there
word.
yet, so.
It's
Is
incredible.
it early in the show or later in the show?
Later.
Because it's Luke, I'm assuming, is the guy you're talking about.
Yeah.
The diner.
Yes,
Luke's
yes.
diner. Okay. And Lorelei's actual dad.
Yes.
Okay.
He's correct.
Yeah. Christopher is his name, I believe.
Is it?
Lorelei's, or not Lorelei's dad, but Rory's dad.
Yeah.
Rory's dad. Lorelei's baby daddy.
Yes, it's the baby daddy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a fucking great show. It's really good. And I've been watching a lot of
The
it with Caitlyn.
final season that they like when they rebooted it to do
Yeah.
like a final season, even that is like
Well, Caitlyn told me some really interesting shit about that show.
go on.
The last line of the show was the first line ever written about
Whoa.
the show. And the last line in the reboot.
Wow.
Yeah. So she wrote the whole show starting from the end, basically. And then every single thing in the whole show was just supposed to lead up to that one moment in the reboot.
That's wild.
And that's why they cut it right there at the reboot, because that was the whole plan the whole time anyway, was for it to get there and then the axe. And then it's over. Isn't that amazing?
I love it.
Yeah. Also, you guys brought up like Trent Reznor and the whole like how he's doing a million things.
Yeah.
Not just, is it Taika Waititi
Mm.
is responsible for everything great
Yeah.
in entertainment right now? What the fuck is going on? It's unreal. It's unreal.
The
Like,
man,
dude, What We Do in the Shadows, the show, is so fucking funny. He directs it, produces it.
right. So he produces it and he's like on hand,
Yeah.
but he hires directors.
Right, for each episode, right? It's like one of those, and he's done that with multiple things.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't he like big time in like running like Mandalorian?
He directed episodes of Mandalorian.
Yep, and like helped write it with fucking Jon Favreau.
And the dude who did Clone Wars.
Yep. Dude, he's got his hand in everything. He's so fucking talented.
Yeah. He
That
has the Midas touch, you could say.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wish you would maybe touch my asshole.
Oh, he's doing the new Thor.
Yeah. And that might be the best Marvel movie.
Excuse me. Ragnarok is the most rewatched of the Marvel movies.
100% it is. I don't even need to see the statistics to believe you.
I saw some things about the Marvel where there's improv lines. And the part in Thor Ragnarok where he goes, I know him. We used to work together.
Yeah.
That was they went to like a Make-A-Wish thing. And they were telling this girl about, the scene where they're gonna meet in the arena, and she was like, you should say that we used to work together. So it was a little girl that told him to say that, and he thought it.
That's awesome.
And then when fucking Star-Lord, Chris Pratt, and those guys get onto the ship where Iron Man and Spider-Man are, who's that?
This is your son.
Oh, okay. And
Do you think I just Spock handed as a stranger? Strangers in the house. What's up?
I didn't know if it was camera or not.
Okay.
Okay. So they bust onto the ship and there's guns drawn and he's like, where's Gamora?
Yeah.
And then Robert Downey Jr. is like, who is Gamora? Oh, I'll do you one better. Who is Gamora?
Yeah.
And then Drax on the ground goes, I'll do you one better.
What
Why
is-
is Gamora?
Oh, yeah.
Apparently that was totally improv. Like he wasn't supposed to say anything. And the directors loved it so much.
That's one of the best lines of the movie.
Batista just threw that shit in there?
Yeah, he just
Wow. Well done, man.
I know.
And
Shitty wrestler, though.
Yeah.
He's terrible at it.
he does have insane cauliflower ear, though. I mean, that thing.
I'm being exceptionally hard. He wasn't that bad.
He's
But still.
his entire head is cauliflower.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's a guy I watch. This actually segues into the thing that I wanted to start telling you guys about. There's a guy I watch named Northernlion. He's
What?
Northernlion.
The Binding of Isaac. player.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, so
Nice.
plays almost exclusively roguelikes and roguelites on his Twitch and stuff, and he streams, and he's like a really kind, progressive guy. So it's like you're not just watching somebody like shit talk people playing video games. Like he's a genuinely good person. He just had a baby, and she's the cutest thing ever, and she sits in on the stream all the time now. So like while he's streaming, she'll be like making noise, and he'll be like, "Baby," and like it's like talking to her, and then she like when she starts to get a little antsy, he starts to sing the songs that are on her like little 3-button baby keyboard, but he's like can't sing at all, so it's like hilarious to listen to him do it because he's so monotone. He's like, "The frog jumps in the water, hip hip hip, yay!" Yeah, if you look up Baby Luna,
Anthony Fontaine?
no, his name's Ryan Letourneau. If you look up, yeah, if you look up Baby Luna, Northernlion Baby Luna, she might show up. She's so fucking cute.
This guy looks like he made all of his videos in 2005. Wow. That is
look
a
at the
cute
one of
fucking
him
kid.
holding her. Wait, go back. There's one of him holding her.
Go back where?
Oh, right there on the left side of the screen.
This one?
No. The one above that, you dinkus. Look at how fucking cute that baby is. Oh my god.
That's a real baby, huh?
He
Yeah,
looks
I
nervous to
know.
be holding a baby.
He is. He talks about it
I
all
would
the
be.
time. He's so funny. So anyway, I watched him. He's a huge Marvel guy, like big time Marvel guy, was a comic book guy before the movies and everything. And he talks about how, yeah, that's him on stream holding his baby. She's the cutest ever. He talks about how like the first Iron Man, he gets to the theater and he's like, I still don't think they can do it. Like they can't pull this off. They couldn't do Spider-Man right. They couldn't do the Hulk right. And then Iron Man came out and he was like, well, we might be onto something here, folks. Like this was pretty good. And he's like, he goes through the rigmarole of like classic like Iron Man fights Iron Man at the end.
You know, the Iron Man, the line where he says, he holds a press conference.
Yeah, and he says, I am Iron Man.
That was ad-libbed.
What?
Yeah,
Are
there
you
was a whole...
shitting me?
There was
That's
a
the
whole...
most predictable line in the whole movie.
It's the...
How was that ad-libbed?
He had this whole thing that he was supposed
It's
to
not
do.
your fault, by the way. I just want to make it clear. Mara and I just jumped
But
on
he
you.
just knew.
Well, yeah, I knew. I was fucking 14 years old, and I was like, if he doesn't say, thank God, get me out of here. And cue Iron Man by Black Sabbath.
Yeah. Sorry, keep going.
So, do the... Okay, so
It's a cute kid.
so he does like his ranking tiers. You know those things that have like just been exploding. People ranking like
Oh yeah, the tier
S
list.
tier, yeah, S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, and D tier. So he does a definitive. He goes the most highly anticipated video by Northernlion, the definitive ranking of all the Marvel movies, and his S tiers were
What are these?
This is like an example of the layout. Like you'll have
yeah. So people
Like voting?
S tier, A tier, B, C, D, E, and F, and you just
so
rank things.
and so they'll have like the category, the full category of items below it.
Okay.
And then they just click and drag the JPEGs basically into the tier list, and then they order them. And I don't know, it's like a really popular thing right now for some reason.
I'm pretty sure it's from fighting games.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Yeah, from
Oh.
Super Smash, right?
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
that pulled up right here.
Oh,
so
yeah.
basically, this is ranked in order of how good the character is.
And this was used to define the meta for a long time. So like when people started winning with characters that you were like, why would you use that? And then they like go through the ranking and they're like, oh, there's a act like Sonic won the world championships in fucking Super Smash, and people were like, how the fuck did Sonic win? And then this was how. And then like Mario won the year after, and it was like so anyway, so it started with, you're absolutely right, Mara. But then he does like the definitive ranking of all grocery store items.
Oh,
It's hilarious. The guy's really funny. But anyway, so
Love
he does his ranking. His S tier is like, I think he only has 3 in there, but he has Endgame. Basically, he says like
so he's saying which ones are the best?
S tier is like super tier, like the very top movies. And then he has A tier and B tier and C, like that. It like goes all the way down.
Okay, got it.
So his S tier 3 were Endgame because of like the post time travel moments. Like from pretty much the end of time travel until the end of the movie is just so. The fact that everything culminated in that and they actually didn't fuck it up is pretty remarkable because that's like 20 years in the making, basically.
Yeah.
Then his second one, and this is actually the one he ranked the highest, was actually Thor Ragnarok. Yeah. Because he's like, it's just so much better than the other two. It's the most rewatchable movie. He said that. And it's also the one that like, it's the one like post Avengers get together that like can totally stand alone as an Avenger movie. Like Civil War, Captain America Civil War needed everyone else.
Right.
Because you couldn't just like have another standalone Captain America movie. And like obviously the Hulk is in Ragnarok, but like in a completely different context.
Yeah.
Like he's not the Hulk that was in Avengers, the original stuff.
Well, that used to be standard practice, like
Right.
in the comic books. At least one other character,
right. It was like
is in a storyline.
the buddy team up thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like they turned it into we need to have everyone, otherwise nobody's going to come to the theater. And so that movie, and then Winter Soldier is his other one.
Kate Blanchett as fucking
so good as Helen. Oh my god! And then like, I mean,
She's
there's
just
so
such
many,
a badass.
There's just so many other people in that movie that are just excellent. Like the fucking Taika Waititi as the rock guy, hilarious. But yeah, it's really good. Anyway, so I wanted to tell you guys about the video games I've been playing.
Yes.
Because I think you both would actually enjoy them very much. I have converted almost exclusively to full-blown computer games.
Oh, really?
Yep. And I've been playing Pokemon still, obviously. But not.
Have you begun the streaming?
I can't with the CPU on the little laptop that I have.
Oh,
you
you're
gotta
doing it on
build a
your
new
laptop.
machine.
Yeah.
So I need to get a computer, and once that happens, then I will start to stream, I think.
Nice.
But
The first person that I ever saw build a thing was you. I remember seeing that giant fucking tower that you used to have.
the computer tower.
Yeah.
Oh, the Alienware?
Yeah.
That shit was 80 pounds.
It was insane.
You want to see it?
Yeah.
So while you're looking that up, so I've been playing. I mentioned roguelikes and roguelites.
Mhm.
Do you know what that is?
Star Wars.
No. Well,
I was going to bring this up because you brought up, you said the terms, and I'm like, I don't think our buddy here knows.
So, holy shit, that thing is a behemoth. I love those Alienware desktops, though. They have with that weird shape.
There it is. I had a blue one, and it had red lights where the eyeballs are.
Swag.
It was fucking like
And I'm sure
when you saw it
was so nice.
next to your desk, I was like, Jesus Christ.
It has
enormous.
this panel on the side.
with the fucking. Look
Oh
at
yeah,
it in
that photo.
yeah, like that thing is enormous.
Oh, there it is.
It's
right
like the
there.
only picture I can fully see is the one in between, like the one to the
Yeah.
left of that one.
No.
Baby.
Are- Is your name
Sorry.
Nadav? What are we doing here?
Oh,
Blue
look,
band.
Fucking right here.
Yeah, like
Sorry.
wow, that's a big computer.
Why would they put it on top of that table?
Maybe they didn't have any space underneath because they had to put all the cords. That
I did
flew-
actually have it on top of
Oh, you did?
I had an IKEA table.
Hell yeah, that's sweet though. I want to get. I think I'm gonna get an iBuy Power, which is like not that good, but they have the Ryzen in it as opposed to an Intel Core, which like
Not a good time right now to be making a computer.
right. So I don't want to make one. I'm gonna buy one.
Why
That
is
makes-
it not a good time?
Chip shortage.
Yeah, all the parts are in complete shortage. Not all the parts, but a
Wow.
lot of them. And like not just like, oh, I can get by without a good one of these. Like the completely necessary parts to have a functional PC
Wow.
are in shortage. So You just have to buy like pre-builts. So I kind of want to just buy a pre-built for now that has enough space in the tower to be able to upgrade stuff over time.
That's perfect. Yeah.
So like one that like the case itself, like I can just take the side panels off and then like upgrade the cooling system or upgrade the graphics card or
You want to hear the most badass thing
the
ever?
RAM. Go ahead.
So a friend of ours was massive computer kid, and his parents ground him from his computer one time, and they took the tower and they put it in their closet. And while they were gone, he went and gutted the tower and had all of the parts in a shoebox and was still playing games in his room. And his parents thought that they had his computer, and he was like, no.
That's a legendary move.
Yeah, it was.
That's one of the
fucking
coolest things I've ever
wild.
heard.
Isn't that nuts?
How the fuck?
He
What
showed us a
genius.
picture of it, and we were like, what?
Is that a box of Nikes?
I feel like the government's
No.
going to hire you right now.
No.
I
That's-
thought
That's a Dell.
I thought we were smart because like the Super Nintendo plug worked with the Sega Genesis or whatever, and like my mom would steal the plug, and like no more Nintendo, and then we just like put the other adapter in.
That's
Just for fun.
awesome.
Someone's got to drop a phone.
Right.
Yeah, I
I
was
was
gonna
going
say.
to say that. It was Mara this time.
Yep.
Oops. Girl power.
Whoops.
So, roguelikes and roguelites are games that are it's like the tree of life starts with the original game called Rogue, which is a dungeon crawler and is also a top-down platformer that is essentially
Sounds like something that like a drag queen would ask for.
Can I get a top-down platformer, please? Girl? Oh. So it's a top-down platformer, but basically what it is you like clear levels. Or no, Rogue, the original Rogue is not a top-down. It's a regular-ass platformer. So you clear
Like Zelda?
You clear levels. No.
Fuck.
You clear the floor, and then you fight the floor boss, and then you go to the next floor. And like a full run through the game takes like 45 minutes. Like you beat the game in 45 minutes. But what makes the games awesome is there's something that they call meta progression, which is where like as you complete the game multiple times over and over, you unlock more stuff, more parts of the game,
Oh, okay.
more items, more levels, like all different kinds. You just have to keep doing it and keep beating it with the various characters to be able to unlock more and more and like do specific challenges to unlock really special stuff. And
That's, well, I mean, like God of War has that stuff.
Well, the thing is like each run is different.
right.
Every time you play the game,
Oh.
you'll like say you'll beat a boss, which is randomly selected from like a pool, and then you'll get a magic item, right?
Yeah.
Like a relic.
The board's,
that'll-
sorry, real quick. The board's recording, right? The minutes and things are moving.
what?
I'm having anxiety that the board isn't recording for some reason.
Okay, so keep going.
So you'll get like a magic item after fighting a boss. And you'll know what your progress is. Like each time it's very similar. And then you'll get an item. And then you have to adjust your play style depending on what item you get.
Right.
And it's like there's this giant pool of
Like in
relic
Isaac, in
and
Isaac,
items.
in, yeah, in the
I had
Binding
it pulled up
That's the
earlier.
best example. The Binding of Isaac is the most successful roguelike. It really is a roguelite, but the most successful roguelite
What the fuck?
in existence. There are like this is his tier list
this is
of all the
Northern
items.
Lions tier list.
So that's how many items you can get in the game, and you get like 7 or 8 of them by the time you get to like the final boss.
So when you start playing the game, you have no idea what this shit's gonna do. So it's super fun. Like you're like, what am I gonna get? And then
Right.
you get it. And you're like,
Every
how the
run
fuck do I
is
use
completely
this?
different.
Yeah.
It's
Wow.
fucking sweet. So I've been playing Isaac, obviously, because whatever. But my new favorites. Do you play roguelites?
I do.
Okay, hell yeah, you're gonna like these. I think these are really good ones.
All right.
So
Is there any way for you guys to rogue fights?
there are co-op ones.
That would be pretty
Well,
cool.
There's a
Binding
new-
of Isaac is co-op now.
Yeah,
Do an
which-
episode where you guys do that.
That's not a bad idea. Actually.
If we all played games on stream, that'd be fun as shit.
yeah.
Yeah. Fuck
So my favorite right now is a toss up. I've been playing Undermine a lot, which is kind of like Isaac, but more like Enter the Gungeon. Enter the Gungeon is my favorite roguelite like of all time, but it's I don't know. I've played it so much that it's like, to me, I have like 400 hours in that game. So
It's a good game.
It's so great. It's so great. And they're all like 8-bit too. That's why I really love them.
That's what I was
going to
say,
The graphics
like-
are like not excellent. But they're beautiful.
But well, hold on. The graphics are excellent,
Right. It's
but they're not technically.
right.
Yeah.
It's not like realism. It's like just being beautiful.
And it's always like they're obviously inspired by old video games like Legend of Zelda, like all this, like the dungeons from Legend of Zelda. That's what Binding of Isaac is based on entirely.
Yeah.
The way that it scrolls up like that.
Like the
Or
layout.
just the dungeon system itself.
Mhm.
And like each room spawns like a random type and number of enemies, and so this is Isaac, and then we have Undermine. I really
Is
love.
Isaac a penguin?
No, he's a child,
It's just a little child,
and he's a neglected child.
it's actually a really dark game.
Yeah,
Like
extremely dark.
he's shooting things with his tears.
Yeah, and like his mom is the main villain, and like her aborted fetuses are like some of Isaac's companion
Yeah.
characters. Yeah, yeah.
It's twisted.
Yeah. And Edmund McMillan, the guy who designed it, is like the nicest, kindest, most like he's like not eccentric at all. Like he's a very like normal, down to earth, regular ass Joe dude.
Well,
So
how-
look up.
Okay, hold on. How have we not talked about? You've talked about the Binding of Isaac multiple times.
Yeah.
Not once have you touched on the dark, fucked up side.
So the storyline for these games is not really in the front. It's not the forefront of the game.
No, it's not.
Because you play it over and over again, and it, like when you win, it plays out the same basically every time, depending on certain stuff that you really have to get into. But
Right.
it basically has the same ending every
Okay.
time. So the the gameplay and your path every time is the focus. You're not focused on the storyline
Right.
after the first playthrough.
Still, but
honestly.
the
But yes, it's very dark and
Dude,
weird.
we could go on for hours about all the little dark pieces in
Yep.
this game, though. That's what Mara's getting at. Is like with the
You can collect pieces of like a dead cat.
like, and the cat's name is Guppy, and when you
Yep.
get all of Guppy, you like literally get your fucking super run. Like you're like unkillable with Guppy.
Yep.
And then there's like the one of the deepest levels in the game. Once you kill your mom at the end to win, there's like 2 Polaroids show up, and if you take the white Polaroid, then you go down into your mom's womb, and you're fighting in your mom's womb. So Undermine, in this top guy Retromation, he's super fun to watch.
I got it muted, so
Yeah, that's fine. But this is the guy
just
that
want the gameplay
this is
on
the
the
guy that
screen.
I watch. So it plays a lot like Isaac, but it also plays a lot like Gungeon. This one I've been playing a shitload of.
looks great so far.
Yeah, I mean you can click ahead. We don't gotta watch a bunch, but so you're basically like this game is funnier than Isaac in that way. So you're a band of peasants basically. And every time you die, you come back as a new peasant, and then when you talk to the NPCs in the game, they're like, "Hey, it's you. Wait,
Oh,
the old person must be dead. How's it going?" And then, so like, basically, you have a pickaxe that you can throw and you can swing. And this game has a
Ooh.
jump button, which is different than most roguelites. And so you have the traditional bombs and keys, and then you also get items. And so, like, he's about to pick up an item, or that's whatever he picks up. I don't know. And then there's like crystals that can charge your pickaxe. So like at some point, I think he's going to probably hit this crystal. And then he'll have electric, like he'll have like a lightning.
doesn't that
thing
drive you
for a while.
nuts when you're watching somebody play something and you're like, why aren't you fucking?
Doing the thing I want you to
They
do.
they have
Yes.
reasons though. They like
Yeah.
to scope out the entire area to figure out what resources they have.
Right. Because then if you go down to the next floor with like something activated that you held off on, you're better prepared for a more difficult floor. And like,
Yeah,
I don't know,
you're-
there's a lot.
Because these games can be very hard.
This game is super hard. I have died, like failed runs on this. I have well over 100.
Wow.
I've never beaten it.
Which means you start over.
Yeah, I've never beaten this game.
2,000 years later.
I don't know. Really?
What's
The
your favorite
Oreo?
Blizzard?
I don't know.
If we're talking like just the flat, you know what I mean?
I got a couple sleeper picks, and then I got one that's like a bougie pick.
Okay.
So sleeper pick numero uno is a Heath Bar Blizzard.
Ooh, that is a good one.
Yeah. And the second one isn't even a Blizzard, but it's something you used to be able to get at McDonald's, and I don't think you can get it anymore, but a Rolo McFlurry.
We're talking blizzards.
I know, but I consider the Rolo McFlurry to be comparable, if not better, than most Blizzards. And then the third is the strawberry cheese quake.
Ooh, that
That's
used
so
to be the one
bougie,
that
though.
I got the.
But you got to
most.
get the royal one now, and they like inseminate it with fucking strawberry jizz, and you're like, ooh,
Nice.
this is gonna be so sticky.
The only time I would stray from the Oreo Blizzard was to get the Thin Mint.
Oh, classic. Man. Yep.
But-
so many fucking good blizzards.
Dude, I just love ice cream, bro.
How much do you miss blizzards?
It was the last thing I ate before.
Yeah, you said that.
veganism.
Yeah. That's what
I don't miss anything because there's still good food that I can eat.
in a lot of food
Can you
that,
make a vegan blizzard?
Yeah, I could do that because
Yeah.
Oreos are vegan.
Fuck yeah.
So you just need ice cream, and they've got plenty of that shit.
well, and like there are so many vegan foods that are international foods that are so much better than anything you would get here
Oh,
anyway.
yeah, we still gotta
Indian
do,
food is
like, fucking
like
mochi balls.
falafel, dude.
falafel's amazing.
Falafel is get off my lawn. So fucking good. Oh man.
Mara and I are twins, by the way.
Yeah, I see the black nails. What was the deal with that?
Well, I am obsessed with Post Malone, so
Oh,
imposter
you
syndrome.
are. Yeah. Yeah.
I actually there was like 2 years straight where I got my nails done all the time. My nails were always fake nails,
Really?
and they're I love French nails,
Yeah.
like just the basic.
Yeah.
My favorite thing, but it costs too much money.
Yes.
So I stopped doing
because
it.
you have to smoke cigarettes when you have French nails.
That's true. Yeah,
But you got to
long
get
ones.
you got to the Virginia Slims, and you got to get that weird long extender thing
Yeah,
so your
yep.
nails don't get yellow.
Mhm.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But
Oh,
then,
yeah.
so I stopped so I could play guitar. That was one reason
Mm.
why. And then it was so expensive. And then recently I got the bug to paint my nails, and black is hard to fuck up.
See,
how are the
do you hear
calluses
do you
coming
hear all the
along?
logic there? Like it was just that was a logic based decision.
Yeah.
I think it's the
Yours is like
I think it's
superstar Post Malone
honestly,
makes me horny.
I think it's the autism.
You got the tism?
Yeah, that might be the autism. Just might be.
it's a little quirky with a touch of tism.
Yeah. No, seriously.
Because of all like the breakdown, you mean?
Yeah, I think so.
I gotcha.
Well, yeah, but like you just have clearly defined logic-based steps to your decision making, whereas Chris and myself are very spur of the moment. Yeah. I think this
right
might make
on,
me
yeah.
feel good right now,
Yeah.
and then we post justify our decisions.
Oh, post hoc is good.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, I immediately was like, I fucking love this.
yeah.
And like, I love that they're all beat to shit too.
Right. So then when somebody's like, why'd you paint your nails? Now you have this entire narrative built
There you
about
go.
why you did it. But in the moment, you were like, I'm going to paint my nails. Yeah. That's like,
Did you see my banjitar, by the way?
yeah. So
Eyeliner.
swag.
Eyeliner also works for everybody. Just saying.
Chris, you are becoming Rob Zombie. You fucking sex machine. Oh my god.
I love how chill of a human being Rob Zombie like really is.
Yeah.
But
that
he,
post that you sent us, right? Didn't you send that? Or so I don't know what it was, but the thing where, or maybe somebody posted it and you commented on it. I don't know, but
which
or somebody commented on your post where you said you're becoming Rob Zombie, and it was just a screenshot where like Rob like endorsed this Korean, like they're like a K-pop K-metal band or whatever,
Yep.
and people were like, "That's not real metal," and he's like, "They're literally rocking."
yeah.
Baby metal?
So yeah, like they're
Japan.
rocking so hard like every night, and you guys are literally sitting on your couches telling them they're not rock stars when you're not rock stars. So shut the fuck up.
That's been a problem in the metal scene
Yeah,
Yeah.
forever.
I'm sure it
Sexism.
has.
You know.
Well,
if you don't have fake tits,
I was going to
and-
say sexism and mostly sexism and mostly just like not liking Jews and black people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like whenever a female like artist was featured in the metal scene, it was always because they had their tits out, and it's like, why can't we just focus on the shred? There's so many shredders that you guys could just not be this way.
Why can't we put the camera on Meg White every once in a while?
Can we do both?
She's a world-class drummer.
Shred and have tits?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right. Hell yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Anyway,
Avril Lavigne.
Meg White is
No
fucking
tits.
dope.
That was the problem you had with it.
Yeah, no
She has
tits.
tiny boobs, dude.
No tits. Although she is dating Modson now, which I fucking love because Modson's from Minnesota.
Yeah, he is. He's from Bloomington. Did I ever tell you the Mod Son story?
Did I tell you the Modson? Kim has hung out with him like a bunch.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
My buddies were like fishing, like off of a bridge in Bloomington.
Was he running naked through the woods on shrooms?
No, it's so much better. I swear to God.
There's
it's
no
so
way
much-
it's better than that.
Yeah, it's gonna be. You ready? And they look up the path, and there's a full-grown adult male riding a big wheel, like a child's big wheel, like this. And he's holding a beer, and he's got a blunt in his fingers. And as he gets closer, they're like, "Is that fucking Mod's son?" And he's like, "What's up, guys?" And they're like, "Mod's son, man. How the fuck are you?" And he's like, "I'm great. You guys want to smoke?" So they literally just smoked a blunt with Mod's son on a bridge while they were just fishing for catfish.
It was
That
better.
is incredible.
It was better.
Wow.
Yeah.
On a big wheel. I've seen him do the big
So
wheel
we used
thing.
to just go to that spot just hoping that Mod's son would show up.
That's like an urban legend. If you go to
Yeah.
this bridge,
Yeah. And it's like a pretty terrible fishing spot. Like we almost never
If you
caught
play-
anything.
if
So
you-
it was like totally not worth it.
What's the name of the lake?
Oh, I don't think it was a lake. I think it's like literally a marsh with a little creek that runs out of it.
Well, let's give it a name.
Lake Modson.
Lake Modson. If
Yeah.
you go to Lake Modson and play Paper Airplanes by MIA at 3 in the afternoon, Modson will appear on a big wheel.
And you have to do the weird train conductor thing, with your hand when the gun noise goes off. You have to go, otherwise he won't show up. It's like Beetlejuice. Yeah. That kind of reminds me of the Zach De La Roca, like whole
Oh, I
Rage
quit
Against-
my job.
Yeah. Foot fives, 2 of them.
I'm so excited to tell this story. I can't say the company name, which, whatever.
did I hear this story?
I think so.
Cool.
So,
Just pee popping over there.
peep up in. So, I announce my 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, I remember
And-
this.
Yeah, nobody says anything to me. And I'm like, what the fuck? Aren't you guys supposed to talk to me when I say that I'm, leaving? And my HR guy, I finally message him before the day is out, and he's like, oh, yeah. I got your email. Do you have any questions for me? I was like,
Do you have any questions for me?
yeah, dude.
The
what
fuck?
You guys are just cool with me just getting the fuck out of here? So I find out later, my boss didn't say anything to me for 3 days. And
Didn't say a word to you, or didn't bring that up to you?
didn't talk to me and didn't bring that up.
Jeez. What? Dude, I would be like, am I about to get murdered? Okay, go ahead.
Yes, very, very strange, very tense. And I had one coworker that I was cool with, basically, in my department.
Right, I was going to say.
She's a solid human being. But so apparently my boss went up to her and was like, hey, did you know about him, wanting to leave? And she's like, yeah. Duh. Like, she didn't say he hates it here, but she was like, yeah, I knew.
It's a long time coming, pal.
And
Where have you been?
And another one of my coworkers apparently has been calling in once a week to work and not showing up to work. And so my buddy points at that lady's desk and goes, I really fucking wish that she was the one. And my boss goes, no. I can afford to lose him. I can't afford to lose her.
What? Yeah. About you?
Yeah, when she told me that,
You were like, sayonara, bitches.
I was texting and called Kim. Did I tell you that part? When my coworker pointed at the lady's desk and the thing. You'll hear it back. So
I'm a big fan of the show.
Die hard.
So yeah, I'm texting Kim and I'm like, but this is what
You will
my
never
fucking...
believe.
And so Kim for 2 weeks is like, hey, just come on, fucking hang in there. You can make it 2 weeks. And I'm like, I wanted to walk out so bad. I was going to do this thing. Do you remember when, do you watch Hey Babe? No? With Sal Vulcano and Chris Stefano?
No, I can't get over the fact that he was on Impractical Jokers, and
Did you make up those names?
They're so
They
Italian.
yeah. Sal
So
Vulcano and Chris Stefano.
Real guys.
Yeah, super guys. It's so funny because Sal is so like neurotic. He's like a germaphobe. He's all of these weird things. So Chris like totally breaks him out of his shell. It's a really great dynamic, actually.
Really?
Yeah. But they talked about this website called Poop Senders.
Yeah, and I've
You heard of
about
Poop
this.
Senders? So look it up, actually.
Yeah. It's a pretty incredible idea, and the fact that they're making money is awesome.
Yes. What happened there?
Oh, it just didn't. That was weird. I saw what Mara's intention was. I just.
I thought that was an elephant's eye at first.
Oh, that ear looks really infected. Oh my god.
Ah.
Wow, I wonder how long they like camped out that asshole to wait for the perfect moment.
The wait for it to reach the precipice.
Yeah.
So yeah, they will.
Oh, this is great.
Yeah.
There's options.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on sale.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can pick the type of poop that
I think my favorite item is combo pack.
Is that a St. Patrick's Day package?
Yeah, it's a little old.
So yeah, you can send anonymously packages of poop to people. And I was like, while I was in Florida, I was like, this is the fucking time to do it.
I used to
But I didn't do it.
this is not as funny, but you can also do this. I used to just send people the promotional free pack of Depends diapers, because you can send people adult diapers from the Depends website if you just have their address.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is very good to know.
Yeah. So you can just send people diapers. So like when your dad turns 70 or whatever. send him
He's
diapers.
turned, I believe, 60 this year.
Oh, well, perfect time.
It is
Yeah,
perfect.
milestone year. Yeah, send him diapers.
Toot.
Well, that's incredible. I'm so glad that you're out of there.
Yeah, they're terrible people.
It sounded
They
like it.
buckled under pressure. So like instead of saying, all right, we all need to work together, shit's hit the fan, they just kept fucking saying every man, woman, and child for themselves.
Yeah, which
We
is
do not fucking care.
which is not how you run a successful
Yeah.
business.
And even though, so fucking angry at those guys. So my last week, I was sick 3 of the days, and then Layla was sick, and it was a whole fucking thing. And I went in for my last day and just was like, I'm still fucking snot's pouring out of my face, and I can't fucking do it. So I said, fuck it. Found out that I had 24 hours of sick time, and so I got to cash in that sick time. It's like, fuck yeah. Because I got to use it rather than just like cash it,
Right.
which is arguably 10 times better.
Right.
Especially when you're actually sick. Yeah. Like when you're using it for its intended purpose and you get to just not work and just be sick.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great.
Great feeling.
So even though so fucking angry at those people, I called my boss because I wasn't gonna like go around and shake hands because I'm fucking sick. So I called my boss and I was like, I just want to say, I appreciate that I had this job because it helped us get into this house. We needed it. And I want you to stand up to your supervisors because they've pulled you away from what your original job was. And I hope that gets better for you and that people aren't continuing to take advantage of you. And she was like, fuck, man. You want to I was like,
It's a little late for that.
I guess I'll turn around.
Although it's going to be hard to turn the wheel with this rock hard boner I have.
Because I needed the,
It's a palate cleanse.
for my immune system because I was sick.
Oh, right.
What are they called? The antibodies?
Yes.
Yeah, I needed the
Nutrients.
Nutrients.
Yeah.
No, but she was super appreciative, and it was just killing me not to go, you fucking failed. And on the worst person, the one person who's willing to fucking help you out the most, to be like, hey, I don't give a shit whose job is what. If we need to do it, then let's fucking do it.
Yeah.
And she just was like, no, whatever.
That sucks.
Yeah.
But you're in a much better place now. Life is good.
Yeah. And Mara and I found out that we just need to hit 10K a year and we're set.
Yeah, the math actually works out for me too. 10K. I can do it on 10K.
Legitimately. I only need to make $10,000 a year now.
Wow. Fuck yeah.
So we're going to rev up that Patreon again. Let's help get Mara and I to 10K. Mara and I are running. We got to take photos of us pretending to run a 10K.
Yeah, running sucks ass.
Yeah, definitely pretending.
Oh, and then we got to get you to like dress up like the Monopoly guy, and we'll have a truck and we'll Photoshop a bunch of money in it.
I'll be like, this is just me backing up my Brinks truck.
No, you're like, we're running
Yeah,
towards
I know.
you.
I know.
Sorry.
No, I'm going to be backing up, though.
Yeah, back it
Into
up.
you guys. You guys are going to be running away from the money truck.
Dude, I fucking missed you guys so much.
I miss you
Not
too.
you so much. I don't know if you know this, but Mara's my best friend now because she
Yeah.
came and visited me a bunch. And
I wouldn't say a bunch.
And also, it's kind of on you.
I asked you to come over a lot.
You started this.
Yeah.
That was-
So I was coming over once a week at least. And then you were like,
Yeah, but
Nobody's-
she came just to hang. We watched Room Number 9.
I mean, yeah. Yeah. That's fair. I mean, also, though, like, you like making the music and everything stuff?
You do too.
No, not nearly as much as you do. Like,
But
at
we
all.
could do it together.
I know. That's what you want.
Yeah.
But, like, if I came over, like, perhaps with my fiance or whatever, right? And I wanted to tell you about something that I was interested in.
Yeah.
And you didn't even come close to having the time of day for it because my fiance picked up a ukulele and started singing. Yeah. You might think maybe that I was like, oh, kind of bummed about that.
That's fair.
Right. We just have we have very similar interests in certain ways and very different interests in other ways, and we both want the other person to be as interested in the thing that we're interested in.
Because you
And-
put the thing on my computer.
Yeah, and sometimes those things clash to the point that neither of us are actually at all interested in what the other. I have no problem with it. I also get like stage fright with the whole music stuff. I don't know.
See, and I've noticed that with everybody that I know has like, because you have such a good like perspective on music that like, I mean, Mara's heard me say this a billion times, but like, I feel like everybody has something to offer. Because like even my sister-in-law who doesn't play piano came and just figured shit out.
Yeah.
And was like, hey, what about this? And we just recorded it.
Right.
And it doesn't have to even see the light of day. It could just be for us. Speaking of which, would you mind opening up Ableton? I have a song that I'd like you guys to hear.
Yeah.
Well, the window, if you hit the Ableton. So this is for the fans as well as
Ooh, this is good.
yeah. I'm very
Yeah.
excited.
The fans
So my-
and the Dans.
Yeah. So my brother and I.
Oh, that was such a good fart.
Sample it.
That was so good. Oh, don't do that. That's pretty gross.
Yeah. So my brother and I.
He's the one that farted
I
it.
know. No, it was more the face.
Oh,
Yeah.
You can't obviously enjoy it.
Yeah, you gotta be subtle about
Yeah.
it.
I was on an airplane one time with my brother,
Good to see this program works really
and
well.
he just went like this. And you could just see his, his back rising, and I just knew. And I bent down and I said, Are you trying to suck up your fart? Because he didn't want the person next to him to smell it. And he thought that he could inhale the entire fart.
What a dipshit. Oh, that's so awesome.
That is so respectful. What a great person.
That's incredible.
So fucking funny.
What is this shit called?
Love Bear.
Sounds good.
Imagine my brother walking around his house singing this song. Oh, turn it down a little bit.
When love is in there, it is stronger than bear. I hope bear lets me hibernate with her. And the question that begs is the strength of her legs. Let's just say she'd make Arnold jealous. She's as good as it gets. Just look at those dates. You can tell she's a lady of high morals. Ay, 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 ay. She's so lovely. I could cry. Ay, if I cry, she call me pussy and she say goodbye.
Okay, you can stop it now. I actually do want your opinion on a different song.
Okay.
Could you pull up Bravo?
Just look at those dates.
Just look at those dates.
Ooh, you've been
So that's
working
what
on
he was
this
walking
recently.
around playing in his house. The only lyrics that he had was, "She's as good as it gets. Just look at those dates."
Yeah, that's the best line, dude.
That's my favorite because then he says, "You can tell she's a lady of high morals
Oh yeah, that's
because of the size of the dates."
just absurd. It's great. I'm guessing this is some hip hop.
Religion is the sigh of the oppressed people.
Dude, this fucking rules, Chris. Holy shit, man.
This situation, it is an opiate for the sufferer.
Oh, you do have the Mellotron.
Mhm.
I knew I heard it.
So it's Christopher Hitchens talking in that part. Okay, you can stop it. It just repeats for a while.
Very cool.
Dude, that fucking melody in the beginning, the little guitar melody thing that you got going on. Go back to the beginning. Oh, you close it. It's fine. It's fine. That sounds like a Joey Badass song.
That was the Mellotron.
Yeah.
The flute, yeah.
Yeah,
I love the Mellotron.
Yeah, that sounds like a Joey Badass beat. Like,
Yeah, I
dude,
was pretty
that
excited. But I don't know if that ending, because I want it to. So I'm making songs for skate videos.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm trying not to have them too, like, over the top.
Yeah.
And I was thinking like that ending is where like what's known as the hammers get thrown down. Are you familiar with hammers?
With the sickle,
Yes.
totally down.
Okay.
Go to the old country. The motherland.
I do music.
If you type in,
Do you want to hear it?
wait, what? Oh yeah. You got to unmute it.
It's cool because it fades in anyway.
This is beautiful.
And watching the machines, like it's mesmerizing. I fucking love it. Did you shave your legs for this?
I lasered my legs.
Wow. That's my favorite part.
Oh. Mara, this is beautiful. I'm like gonna cry. This is so pretty.
Thank you.
See, this is why I want you to be involved. Is like
Oh my
you can
God.
immerse yourself in this fucking
Wow.
fantasy of. It's
So this is like a little loop I got going on, and then I've been trying to come up with a guitar part for it. And I'll put it all together. This isn't like, this is just my iPad set on the ground, like recording it. So the sound quality is not even good.
It's so beautiful.
Fade out.
nice.
Oh my
Okay.
God. Mara.
You know what's fun about this too
Holy
is like
fuck.
no copyright strikes. This is our fucking shit.
You know what's funny? Immediately after posting that, I did get a copyright notice.
What?
Yeah, apparently Warner Music Group said it sounds like Freddie's Coming for You.
What?
And I mean immediately, like I hit upload and immediately I'm getting an email
No way.
because it just analyzes the waveform.
Wow.
So my song has a similar enough waveform to another song.
God, that was so good, Mara.
Thank you.
You know what that? Oh my God.
So that's
I
what
feel
I've
like
been doing
that
for the
kind of-
last 2 months is fucking musicking my ass off.
Sounds like you both have.
But
You guys are fucking incredibly talented.
dude, I'm saying you are too.
I have an ear for music.
And but that's
That's
important.
important, yeah.
I know, but I'm not as much a creator as I'm.
Dude, I'm telling you, it'll come through.
Maybe I'm a good guy for the back half of the process. To be like
A muse.
like the on-call, like, hey, because when you've called me and been like, hey, what do you think of this? And then I like have ideas for shit.
Exactly.
I'm
Yeah,
not
that's great.
But
okay.
that's so here's the fun part, right? So if you're here, then I can I love doing this. So my brother's been here for it, and he'll be like, well, can you do this? And I'll go, yeah. Why don't you hit this key? And he'll hit a key, and then slowly they're in front of the computer. So like integrating people
Oh,
into
yeah,
being able to
yeah.
fuck around with it.
Okay.
It's so fun to watch because it's a brand new toy.
right.
and I know enough to be able to give you what you want
Right.
to make the sounds that you want to make.
Right.
It's so
Okay.
much fun, dude.
All right, I'll give it a shot. I'll tell you this.
Fuck yeah.
I have so many other things going on in my life, but yes. I mean, I'm trying to... The only form of, like, exercise and, like, outdoor entertainment that I have in my life right now is golf.
Oh.
And I do that for free because of the card thing that I have.
So Chris has been losing weight. How about you? A little rough. Diet stuff, not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm losing weight, but I'm still almost legally obese. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm slimming down, but by slimming down, I mean, like, it's taken a minute.
that's why I haven't sent you my
That's
measurements,
fine.
because I'm trying to get unfat.
Well, that's okay.
What is that sound?
I think that's my anus.
There's no phones by the board, right?
No.
What the fuck? But that shouldn't. It's not
It's
even
fine.
close. Drives me nuts.
But yeah, so like I golf and I walk when I golf. So I get, like, when I played on Sunday, I got 17,000 steps.
You don't use the cart?
No.
Nice.
17,000 steps with a 40-pound bag on my back. You know?
Hell yeah.
And, like, it's maybe not 40 pounds. It's probably 20 pounds, but still. And then, like, I play video games at night, you know, but like I work from home all day and I'm sitting on a computer all day.
Yeah, that
It's
sucks.
It's just like, it's like I have, so like this will be good for me to do, but then I also will have to sacrifice my time on Undermine and Space Robinson.
Play that here.
Yeah, that's true. I can just bring my laptop
Yeah.
with and play it.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, why
But
not?
but
Dude. You know what would be fun? Is if you muted your game and we tried to make music
to go with the
to
game.
go
Yeah,
with the
that'd be
game.
fun.
Yeah, that is funny. Well, so there's that, and then also wedding planning is ramping up
Right.
dramatically right now. But yeah, dude, I mean, if we just committed to once a week, or even like not, because we're already committed right now to the once a week.
Yeah,
if we
yeah.
did like at once every 2 weeks, we'd like that.
I
would
just
be
want to get you in one time to
just
see to
how much
watch
fun
you.
it is.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
because I know I'm gonna enjoy it. The problem is like
you don't
I said,
want to
I
love
get
it
the,
too much.
Well, I get the stage frighty thing from it. Like I get like,
Well, that's the nice thing. There's no cameras.
and I've noticed lately, like especially given the fact that I've been cooped up so much, and we could actually talk about this. This is like a kind of a heavy topic, but whatever. I've been experiencing like massive delusions of grandeur issues, where like because I have no like firsthand perspective or secondhand perspective to like anything I'm doing. Like I'm alone all the time, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I just like build these like mental castles of like all this potential that I have to be
Yeah.
able to
Ellen and I talk all the time.
Do you actually? Yeah. I can't tell if you're being serious or not.
Yeah, she sent me a voice message.
Oh, so once you talk to her. Is this your delusions of grandeur thing?
No, it's really cool. We were
Okay,
talking, and
so-
then one morning she didn't want to text, so she just was like held the phone up and
Okay.
did it that way.
Right on.
We're doing a song together. So.
Yeah, so like my delusions of grandeur are more like with golf. Like I'll play bad and then I'll be like I expect like that I should be able to shoot par.
Oh,
But like I can't do that. I know I can't do that. I'm not even close to good enough. And
that's
then,
not
like,
delusions of grandeur, though.
yeah, it is. It's like in my brain I build up this like I have all these skills that I definitely do not have. And I imagine like fixing all these things that I am not even close to being able to fix. And like I don't know. Like I've done that with everything. With every like creative venture, with every like athletic venture, I've pictured myself at like the top.
Mm.
And it didn't stop when I was a child. Like when you're a kid, you're like, I'm going to be in the NHL, you know? But like I still will catch myself like on the couch at night, like watching Trailer Park Boys, having this moment where I'm like, man, if I had just committed to working out every day in high school, I could be playing college, you know, whatever. It's like, no, you fucking couldn't, bud. You just couldn't do it. You couldn't crack it. And it's fine that you can't. Like, but I've never been able. And so like one of the reasons I also want to stay away from comedy is because I kept having that laying in bed moment thinking like one day I'm going to be on Rogan. And I'm like, okay, dude, you can't, like, you have to start way fucking smaller than that. Like, or everything will disappoint you.
The problem is with, because I get what you're saying, and
Well, it's like what Neil
obviously-
Brennan talks about.
yeah,
It's like you think that next thing is going to be the thing that finally makes you proud of yourself, and it's like, oh no, like none of that. That's not how it works.
but I mean, within the comedy scene, like not to play into it too hard, but like you are really well respected. Like everybody enjoys you so much. Like I've never heard anyone say a bad thing about you, not about your sets, nothing. And things just kept progressing because you weren't being like cocky or anything like that. Like you were putting in work and very like, what's the word?
Well, the swings are twofold, right? It's two ways. It's like I think, oh, I'm going to be on Rogan, but then I also like have no respect for my own material. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a double whammy. So like I have these extremely high like aspirations, but then like in the interim when I'm supposed to be building up this like this respect for myself and this pride, like it just never. So I was like, I pushed. It was like the Chase the Dragon moment, like with the first Nordic show, that like the first Peacher's Picks. That was like one of the greatest nights of my life because it was like I felt like holy shit, everything came together. Like this is a real thing now. And then it just kind of, I don't know. I just couldn't keep it up. I couldn't like get that first hit again. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
so Ryan gave me that bass, Ryan Middendorf. And he came over and we were talking, and he was talking about how he misses stand up and he's ready to fucking get back out there. And, you know, remember like I used to say that ruined the Keller scene. What I realized when I was talking to Ryan was like, really, we had all gotten funny, and then we weren't able to hit the amount of rooms that other people hit. So we're doing the same material in the same spot.
yeah.
And so
It's just complacency.
and that's what I started. So when I look back on it, I'm like, that's what was fucking happening is we were all like, you recognize people in the crowd. So you know they've heard this shit. So you're already in your head about that. And you're like, but I got to make it through the 5. And so by the end of it, you're just like, I did it. I'm going to fucking go home now.
Yeah.
Like, so that whole Chase the Dragon thing, like it sucks because if we had the opportunity to like be branching out more like normal comics do.
I got so burned out when I first started because I did like 4 mics a night. I was literally 5 days a week. I was going to mics, and it was exhausting. It was so fucking fun, but it was exhausting.
Yeah.
And I literally cannot afford to do that anymore.
Right.
But I guess maybe if I got back into it, it would just be a fun, like, sort of not chase the dream of being a comedian anymore. Like, I don't know. This is going to sound really dumb, but my biggest dream right now is I just want to be a dad, you know, like so bad, you know?
Why would you think that sounds dumb?
Because I'm 27 and I barely shower. Like, there's things that I should figure out in my life before I'm like, I'm going to put my seed in my woman. But that being said, that's the one thing that I'm looking forward to most. I mean, obviously getting married and stuff, but like starting a family. So like, I don't want to put all my eggs in like the I'm going to be a famous comedian basket anymore because
Right.
it just isn't financially feasible.
You want to put your seeds into eggs.
Yeah. A lot.
Dude, I don't that's not dumb at all. And I hear people say that all the time. It's like I don't even
Well, it feels dumb because I'm like giving up on my dreams, but I'm really not. It's like your dreams change as your life changes.
Yeah. Well, and like
I just want to get past the 3rd floor of Space Robinson.
think about like Caitlyn is somebody who knows this about you already.
Yeah.
So like if you did go to Mike's again, it's not going to be like
It's not a problem.
why
for
would
her.
you do this?
Yeah, no, she would be so happy for me.
Yeah. So
If
it's like you can like Al Madrigal talks about this, how he's like, I just established it from day one.
Yeah.
I will be a father. I will do whatever it takes, but I am going to be a comedian.
Yeah.
And like attacked it like a business and just because he had no no like walls up or
Yeah.
like no there was no facade.
Yes.
He was just like very blunt about it, and that worked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And,
Yeah.
and you're that type of
Gaffigan
person.
is another example of that.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah. His family is as much a part of his stand-up as his own joke writing is.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
mean, you're that type of person that knows when the teeter is tottering too much one way,
Yes.
right? The scale is tipping too much one way. Sorry.
No, I like the
The teeter is tottering
is
is
tottering.
so much better.
Anybody
Also,
wants-
you know how many times I've used "you can't ope your way out of this"?
Ah, yes.
It's so good. Such a good phrase.
Oh, fuck.
Did you drop your phone too? Oh man, I was so excited. I was like,
is this a new bit? Drop the vape.
Drop the beat.
My buddy sent me a TikTok. the
Well,
other-
wait, hold on.
Oh, okay,
We got to
okay.
explain the ope thing. So
yeah,
Kim and
yeah.
I are,
Minnesotan.
yes,
As fuck.
for sure.
Yeah.
And we were in line on our way to Florida, and there was an ope moment, and she said something similar to that, and I went, "Oh fuck, it'd be hilarious to be like, you can't ope your way out of this one, bud."
It's so good. So good. So my buddy sent me a TikTok the other day of a guy doing like his impression of like Russian DJs, but like with the music off so you can hear everything they're saying. And it was so good because he's like, "We will raise the roof to the universe tonight," and like all this, and he's like doing like the arm swing thing, and dude, it's so fucking good. Like all the sentences are like just barely off, like when somebody from Russia is like trying to go full blown speak English,
Yeah.
whatever.
Have we talked about this, that episode of Family Guy? So you know how they're constantly saying this is more embarrassing than blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Somebody says something like that almost makes as much sense as two foreigners who have almost got their English down.
Yes.
So anyways, I was at the club and it was like $1.35, and so it's just ever so slightly.
Yeah. And you're like, but yeah, it's that like to the maximum. It's very. I'll pull it up. I think I have it in a text. It's so funny, dude. I was crying. But yeah, so it's been I've had a couple of the like come to grips with reality moments, but okay, here we go. The video is called "The Return."
Hey, I think you know the way that we say, keep on trying, and then you start the flying away. This spirit is the way of the new passion. Let me go to heaven tonight. Sneak around, sneak around. Now, please, clapping the hands. Making the movement till the sun is a new day. The spirit is the way of the new ideas.
That's fucking
The
great.
spirit is the way of the new ideas. Like, all of that sounds right, but it
Sneaking
doesn't.
around.
Sneak around. Sneak around. I will go to heaven tonight. So good. So good.
I love shit like that. Nice.
Nice.
That's adorable.
Are we in a fucking echo chamber right
Yeah,
now?
oh, we are. Oh, yeah.
So your goal is to have a family.
Yeah.
My goal is to have a sub 30 Tetris sprint.
Which you're like internationally capable of doing the Tetrising.
Dude,
right? Like,
absolutely.
you're-
How can I help you?
Oh, gosh.
What?
Welcome to Dude Absolutely. This is Devin Aromashadu, former point guard for the Northern Iowa
okay.
Panthers.
Hey, you're hot.
True.
How many jobs do you apply for today?
All right, song of the week time. We got time for song of the week.
No, I gotta.
Oh yeah, we got a Tetris. This
I gotta show you my skills because I don't think
Biznat.
I've showcased this. So
Are you gonna actually play?
this is a replay. I actually just got a personal best.
a PB.
Yeah, I got a PB.
You got a little peanut butter.
a little bit. Yeah.
Hope you don't have a nut allergy because it gets PB.
All right.
Are we in a sandwich shop without any jelly? Because we got some shit.
got some allergies.
Some
up
oops.
in here.
So I was talking to Lauren, and I think we're gonna nix the
The peanut butter joke. Yeah.
So
Understandable.
so what I mainly do in Tetris is it's called 40 line sprints. It's clearing 40 lines as quickly as you can.
Okay.
All right. This is real time. And go.
Jesus Christ.
And yes, I do fuck up.
Where?
I was gonna say
I would have to tell you because
this is real time.
yeah.
My God. I don't mind the sound at all.
Me either. Kinda hard. Mara.
31.28. So I'm 1.28 seconds off the goal I set for myself 7 years ago.
Holy shit. Okay, run it back.
Yeah, Jesus
it
Christ.
back.
Okay, so how do you... Okay, pause it. Jesus. And then run it back. And then pause it, and then run it back. So, are you... Where are you focusing?
Yeah.
Because how do you...
Oh, where does my eyeballs at?
Yeah. Unless you're a
It's-
gecko, how are you putting them in the right spot and knowing what's coming?
Peripheral.
Jeez.
So-
That's why they're color-coded.
Are you seeing on the right side? I also have a 5-piece preview.
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of just one.
Is that as a 5-piece preview considered...
It's
That's-
more information that I have.
Right.
So basically, I can see the next few pieces,
So you can
and I have a
gain-
pattern lined up. That's a muscle memory kind of.
Yeah.
That I can. So there's a lot of things I'll do over and over again with a certain set of pieces.
Oh, okay, because I'm sure like you come across the same
Yeah, if
stretch
you-
of pieces.
Exactly, because it has a certain way of randomizing it.
So there is an algorithm to an extent.
Yeah, it's a bag system. So like, imagine you have a bag, and then they
I have
throw
a bag.
they throw all 7 pieces into the bag, and then they shake it up, and then you get one of all of them, and then it does it again.
Oh,
So there's
I
only-
didn't know that.
That's for
Yeah,
modern
me either.
Tetris. Yeah,
Oh.
the NES game is like almost completely random. You can get 0 long bars and 60 pieces.
I remember.
Okay, but so you run through 7
Yep.
and then it resets.
And then so there's only it's only possible to go 13 pieces without seeing the same piece twice. And then you can hold, which I don't do in sprints because it takes time. It's
an extra keystroke.
It's an extra keystroke. Yep.
Right.
So fucking crazy. I can't believe how fast that goes.
Yeah, and
So like I watch a lot of Pokemon speedruns, which this has very similar characteristics to.
because of like the menuing.
Well, the menuing and like you said with the keystroke thing, like
Sure.
like there are very defined paths that you have to walk in the game in order to be able to like hit your speedrun goals. This is fucking so impressive, Mara.
And then it gives you like a little readout here. Like these are all stats, like
Pieces per second, I'm assuming.
pieces per second. Yep.
You're at
3.31. Yeah.
Jesus H.
So I'm hitting. So
You're literally like
I have a
so
weird,
like in the span of like you've already laid 3 pieces.
Mhm.
That's fucking bananas. What? Dude, I lose Tetris every time I play. How the fuck?
Same.
What?
Yeah. So I have like I don't know how many thousands.
How
of
good are you
hours.
at puzzles? Like just standard tabletop puzzles.
I'm good at this.
Yeah, okay. All right.
So after watching this, yeah, you're definitely autistic. So
This is like where my focus. Like this
Yeah.
is the thing I can laser focus on. Is
is this
Tetris.
is
So
there is
wild.
there like a world championships thing? Are you competing for
I
that?
was just gonna say, one time she was over and on her iPad there were people playing. It was like the World Championships of Tetris.
That was for NES. So
Okay.
NES Tetris, the original one,
Yeah.
it's its own game.
Yes.
It is really difficult.
Well, it's like playing Pokemon Fire Red versus playing Pokemon Red. It's the same game, actually, but plays so much differently because of all the updates and everything.
Mhm. So in this version of the game, you can tune it. You can go into the settings. Like one is called DAS, which is delayed auto shift. It's how long it takes for a piece to go to the side of the screen when you hold a direction.
Okay.
So I can preload a piece. If I just keep holding left, it'll show up on the screen all the way in the left column.
Oh, so it doesn't it doesn't hit the screen
And then have to
and then
travel.
right.
Yeah.
So if you are holding it, it automatically loads in that slot.
Yeah. So the left and
My
all the way
God, the amount of thinking that you have to do
all the way
in
left and right.
nanoseconds.
Yeah.
All the way left and right are easy to get on the board without making a mistake
Yeah.
because it's very fast.
Yeah.
And then what you do as a strategy is if you have a piece that needs to go in the second to the left column
You
or to the
hold
right,
it and then you go.
you bounce it
Yeah.
off the wall and you hit the other direction.
Holy shit.
that one
that's
was
cool.
hard to like program my brain to do.
Yeah, because it's like not just timing. It's more than timing because it's like you have to be strategizing and timing at the same time,
And then there's this
which is a hard sentence to say.
there's a stat called
Let alone fucking do. What?
there's a stat called finesse, and that's if you're optimizing how a piece is dropped. So if I want to put the Z in the fourth column in a certain way,
Yeah.
there's a certain number of button presses to be the least amount.
Okay, so it's like Dance Dance Revolution, like when you get the perfect arrow and it's like perfect versus like getting it just a little off.
Yeah.
And you're like, great, but
Yeah. So instead of like doing
not Japanese.
doing 4 inputs, you do 5.
Right.
It'll add to your finesse score. You want it to be 0.
Oh,
What if
Like golf.
What if playing
Right.
Dance Dance Revolution, like you know how at carnivals they're like, I can guess your age and weight.
yeah.
If with Dance Dance Revolution they could guess what race you are.
Oh God.
Based on the amount of pressure on the back bar, you are super white.
You are from Iowa.
Okay, Mara, replay it one more time. I want
Hold
to see
on.
that.
Because
Or are we about to watch?
I have to blow your mind.
Okay.
Because my personal best is 2 times slower than the world record.
Jesus Christ. What does that even mean?
Vince HD. No.
His finesse is at 0 still.
Jesus Christ.
He's dropping 6.5 pieces per second.
I don't mean to be a dick, but Vince has never spoken to a girl.
Never.
Oh my God. That's so incredible. What the fuck? The color coding on the pieces, I feel like, becomes a huge strategic advantage for somebody that, like, when you when you lock in your peripherals, like, there is no panning.
These are all motions they've done a million times, button combinations.
Right.
And these people also have an advantage over me because I use an arcade joystick.
You what?
Yeah, and they use just keywords.
Of course
So
they
everything's-
do.
Yeah, everything's a button input. I'm using a fucking arcade stick.
There's got to be a record for arcade stick.
Maybe.
Did you make the joystick out of your old penis?
No, we tucked that in.
I was gonna say, so it's feels a little bit more natural in the hand. This has been here before.
I got a little bit of the wine glass grip. I'm classy.
Pinky up. Oh man, Mara, that's fucking insane.
Yeah.
That's so cool. How are you so fucking good?
Thousands of hours
Blows my mind.
grinding.
And
My favorite thing-
when you are playing, do you like listen to tunes and stuff?
Oh
or is
yeah,
this-
I listen to
okay.
podcasts. I listen to music.
Okay. So it's like
It's a whole
you're
thing.
not just hearing that note, because I imagine when you go to sleep, not only are you seeing Tetris pieces falling.
That's the Tetris effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Do
goes
you
away.
dream?
You'll close your eyes if you play enough Tetris in the early goings. You'll see.
That didn't happen to you with Guitar Hero? It's the
You'll-
same
No.
thing that
Yep.
happens.
You'll
Yeah.
see you'll start seeing the pieces. You have to play a lot.
Yeah, if you play like hours of Guitar Hero and then go to bed, you
Mm.
will see you close your eyes and
Oh,
literally,
yeah.
it's like the Star Wars words, except it's just
The scroll.
I was just gonna say that.
Aw.
because we're baby
Best
daddies.
friend.
How's your rain
See-
knots, bro?
Not great.
Really?
It's actually been really bad these last few days
no.
because of the
The
cold
temperature
air.
change? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what just happened?
I don't know.
The hiss went away.
Yeah.
It was my headphones.
Oh.
Sorry.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
I
weird.
figured it out.
So that's not going to be recorded into the audio either. That's awesome. We're just going to hear it because we're getting the audio out from the board.
That's so
So
odd.
there's going to be no buzz. So all of our listeners are going to be like, hey, me and the one other person watching. How crazy
Me.
was that way? Yeah.
Yeah, all the audio sounds.
I actually did get us a listener.
You did?
Yeah, coworker of mine.
Hell yeah.
She
I've
loves
had
it.
so many people reach
Can
out
we give
to
a
me and be like,
can we give a shout out?
where's the PCast?
Kim.
Shout out to Kim.
Kim.
Yeah, Kim.
Kim, thanks for listening to Dude Absolutely.
Love you.
Help Mara and I get to 10K. What's up?
Patreon/Dude Absolutely.
Oh, I had one more story.
Yeah.
Actually, two things.
Let her
When
rip,
I was
baby.
in Florida, amazing. Star Wars, all of the things. We'll talk about it next episode. But my favorite part was, like Kim pointed out, that everywhere we went, I was like, oh, we should get this for Alex. And like, I thought that I had mentioned like two things. She's like, every fucking store we go into, the one thing that I wanted to get. Did I tell you about this?
No.
So there was like a surf shop, but it was also one of those screen printing t-shirt shops that has the weirdest fucking shirts and 1,000 of them.
This is when you were in Clearwater.
Yeah, when we were in Clearwater.
This wasn't at Disney. Wait for the...
Yeah, so it was at the base of our hotel, and I kept passing it. I was like, we've got to get it. And Kim's like, you already bought 2 things. You need to fucking slow down. I was like, ugh, okay. The shirt said, I'm not gay. I'm super gay.
And I was like, as soon as he told me, I was like,
And
oh,
the super gay was in rainbows.
I want to
Nice.
wear that shirt so bad.
Oh, dude. I would have worn it for
yeah.
sure.
Well, did you hear about the socks he got me?
No, what are they?
Darth Brooks.
Sick.
Do you remember
Somebody-
the Darth?
Yes.
Yeah. They had Darth Brooks socks.
I couldn't believe it.
That's amazing.
They're incredible. I've worn them like 6 times, dude. They're also very comfortable socks.
When I saw them, I went, "Oh my god, no way! No way is this happening!" And I go, "Kim," and she goes, "I know."
That's awesome, dude. They're so great. I love them so much. Okay, so this week's song of the week is.
Oh wait, shit! I had one more thing. Sorry, last thing.
This is a meaty podcast.
Because remember, I had
Yeah, what are we at? An hour
2
45.
hours.
Good.
good. So I met my neighbor,
Oh,
right over here.
yeah.
Oh, this is in my notes.
Yeah,
Talk
yeah.
about meeting your neighbor.
Yes. Okay. So Kim and I are outside scooping up poop. I have a bag of poop, and this guy comes out and he's like, "Hey, how's it going?" And we're talking about things, and he's like, I walk around in the woods. And we're like, "Oh, cool, man." He's like, "You'll find that I'm a little odd." And I'm like, "Dude, good, because we are super weird."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, really?" And so he's like, "Yeah, I walk in the woods at night." I'm like, "What?"
This guy.
And I'm like, "What?" He points at these orange flags that he tied to trees.
Yeah.
He doesn't use a flashlight.
No, they're those. It's called the blaze.
He walks through the woods at night with no light, just his eyeballs. So he's explaining this, and I'm like, "Holy shit, that is intense." And I'm like, "Wow, that's really cool." And I was like, "Man, I've been wanting to like make a trail because I would love to have like a sledding hill for the kids."
Yeah.
And there's a pretty clear path that I could do it. So I'm saying that. He's like, "Oh, I have a trail." We're like, "Oh, no way." And he's like, "Yeah, come on." And so we think that he's just going to show us where it is. He just starts walking the trail without talking. And we're just like, I guess
We're going.
we're
for
going on a
walk.
hike right now. And so we're walking through the woods. And he even has a spot where he put like a plank to walk over a muddy area. He's like, "Yep, I put this here. It gets awfully whoop," and his foot falls off and boom, right into the mud. And he goes, "Ah." Gets back on, and we just walked to the fucking city park from
That's so far
our,
from here.
I know, from our backyard. And I was like, "What?" I was winded. I was like, "Wow, we got to walk back now. So we walked back to
the word I
the
farted.
It was fucking. We met him and went on a hike. Hi, my name is Mike Pickles. Let's go for a fucking
I
hike.
love this neighbor. To be fair, they did say, I want to show you I'll show you the trail.
Right.
So they showed you the whole
Right.
trail.
It was really fucking
Start
funny.
to finish.
Start to fucking
and
finish.
then finish to start. That's awesome. Is it a cool
So
trail?
funny. Yeah, it is really cool. It was just
Have
so
you
weird
used
to
it
like.
since?
No,
Why?
I don't know, man. I feel like he's gonna ask me to walk at night if I keep using it.
So
And
walk
I
at
have
night.
bad eyes.
eyes.
He has a crease on his head from the safari hat that he wears to walk his dogs.
This guy sounds amazing. First,
His 2 dogs,
yeah.
corgis.
Oh my god.
So a safari hat. I'm talking fucking Nigel Thornberry safari hat
I was
style.
going to say, this is a cartoon character
Oh my
for sure.
god. This guy wants to work at Jurassic Park so bad.
Yeah, he's
I love this guy.
fucking awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Your neighbor kicks ass. Did you carry the poop the whole way? Please say
No,
you did.
I dropped
Oh, that would have been so funny. If you were just walking like, when is this over? I have poop.
Yeah, and then he just said, all right, nice to meet you guys. And we just went back to pick a poop up.
That's awesome.
Pickles.
What a badass. I love this guy.
Yeah.
All right. So, song of the week this week is in a different vein than the previous songs have been. This one is it is
Can
a
you
rap
actually
song.
sing the lyrics?
Huh?
Is it a joke
Oh,
about the lyrical content of the
Yeah.
previous songs?
yeah. This one, yeah. We would be able to use all the words.
Nice.
It's by a rapper named Young Gravy,
Oh.
who's from Minnesota.
Oh.
He sucks.
I thought he was from Wisconsin.
No, he's from Minnesota.
Oh, he is? Okay.
Yeah, he's not good, but
No.
he knows he's not good. It's like he's got the Waka Flocka effect going on, where like he knows he's not good, but he's having so much fun that it actually makes people listening to him also have fun. And he's also got this guy whose name is Baby No Money, who did that song La 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 that got really popular on TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
So they made
So I believe it's called anti-rap.
yeah, so they came out with an album together that's called Baby Gravy 2, and there isn't a Baby Gravy 1. So that's step 1 awesome.
This is amazing already.
The song is called Welcome to Chili's, and at no point in the song do they say Welcome to Chili's. It is so awesome.
It's very metal.
Yeah, the beat is hysterically good. Like where you're like, why would anyone waste this quality on these two idiots? But the guy that makes the beat for him is the guy who made the beat for La La La.
Oh, okay.
So like, anyway, you ready?
Rick Rubin?
No.
Oh, sorry.
They don't have Rick Rubin money. All right, the first brought to you by in 2 months.
Jesus.
God, I'm excited about this. This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by standing in line at the grocery store and the card being declined in front of you and the person immediately saying, I know there's money in there, and then seeing them crying in the parking lot because her husband gambled their entire life savings away on a fucking game of Crossfire.
You'll get caught up in the...
This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by weighing yourself before and after taking a poopy.
So good.
So many people do that. Oh, I do
the
that
best.
a lot. I do it all the time. No better feeling of no greater feeling of accomplishment than when you notice the change.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Look at all those ounces.
Yeah. All right. This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by Factory Farming. We plant bricks in the ground and nurture them until they sprout into giant buildings ready to exploit all the child labor you need.
Factory farming. Love it. Who did it? Mara, that had to be you.
That was me.
That was you?
Yeah, I'm a
Holy shit,
I'm in
dude.
a little bit of a dark place.
Very funny.
That did feel like me, though. Yeah.
It was dark.
This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by taking a hiatus from your only creative outlet for 2 months to find yourself talking to yourself in the mirror and laughing at yourself because you're totally not going insane. I thought it said lashing out at yourself. I don't know why my brain went there.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Sorry.
You're a dumb guy.
Yeah, dumb guy.
All right. This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by The Nutting Professor, starring Buddy Loves to Jizz and Carly Squirty. Is that you? It's so good. God, that's good. Buddy.
You figured it out.
Yeah, I decided to go look at the IMDb.
Oh, God, that's funny. She mentioned it like before we started recording. I was like, that's good. That would be
the
funny.
guy's name is Buddy Loves to Jizz?
His name's Buddy Love.
Oh.
That's the alter
really,
ego of the
That's really
Sherman
good.
guy.
Fucking funny.
And then Carla Purdy is her name. In the movie, I went with
movie.
Squirty because,
yeah,
it's good
fucking
stuff.
good.
Right.
Fucking good. But yeah, she hadn't come up with the names yet. So to see the names come up that quickly was fucking awesome.
Wow.
This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by pretending your pinky is David and your penis is Goliath.
That's really good, Chris.
Slay that giant.
That's so good. You literally have to get yourself hard to play make believe.
And like some floss with a little thing and you're swinging it around.
I just have the little Boba Fett, the jetpack, straight in.
This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by giving up on changing your underwear every day because honestly, only you can smell it and who fucking cares?
That's a little too true.
Oh, God, that's very funny.
Yeah, every day when I get out of bed, I'm like, no, not today. If I'm not showering.
Was that all of them?
I think so.
Man, I need to start explaining my fucking bits better. I had an idea when I was asleep. The description that I wrote was...
Who's that Pokemon?
It's Pikachu!
It's Clefairy!
white racism never had to buy a Magnum condom.
Like that's the origin of it?
I'm trying to remember where the fuck I was going with
us.
that.
At least it's coherent. Like, I left myself a note once, and I found it when I was moving. I just found this old notebook. It just said obvious wrench. What the fuck does that mean?
I think it was something to the effect of like,
I just see you toiling like...
Yeah, it's like a puzzle.
As opposed to what? Jeez.
Like people complaining about, there's white racism too. And it's like, yeah, what are your adversities from the effects of white racism?
You've never been able to buy it.
Well, I've never been able to buy a Magnum condom. You know how emasculating that is? Like, okay, bro.
Yeah, that's wow. Oof. It's weighing heavy on you, I see.
Yeah.
Given the...
So trying to think of like the funny aspects of, like really the only example of like white racism that I'm aware of is apparently in Washington, D.C. There's a section of D.C. that is like, in the 80s, it was like 90% black kids.
Mm-hmm.
And have you heard of Fugazi? Punk rock band?
I've heard the name.
So the lead singer talks about how like he was one of 10 white kids in his school and like what that felt like. But how many people have that extreme of an example?
Right.
And if anything, that dude just has a better understanding of how fucking black people felt
Right.
or feel all the fucking time. But like that thought process is what made me go, what do honkies have to complain about?
Yeah. There's a lot of things like
I've been pulled over drunk and gotten away with it. And wasn't nervous at all.
every time I see a cop, I get nervous, but that's because I'm afraid of my dad.
I get mentally aggressive. I don't know if this happens to anybody else.
Oh, where you're like,
Where I will when I see them hiding, I'm like,
you fucking asshole.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
And I will like put my car on cruise control at 30 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Just to be like,
I see you.
peekaboo.
Yeah.
So anyways, what do you think though? Like, what are other like
Thinking Zubas are cool. My aunt.
everybody thought Zubas were cool.
My
though.
aunt calls. This is one of the most. She's like the coolest person I know. So everything she says, I'm like, that was amazing.
This is your aunt that did the roller derby thing?
Yeah. So she calls 94. No. There's a certain highway. It's not 94, it's a different highway. It's a state highway.
Okay.
But she calls that the Zuba belt. Wow. Because everywhere beyond that, it's totally appropriate to wear Zubas at any time. And it's like so accurate. The way she was like, oh yeah, the Zuba belt. And I was like, what? It's like the Zuba belt. Like, you see people just wearing Zubas, like in these cities.
People listening to Bobby Brown and watching Power Rangers from the 90s.
Yeah, it's the Zuba belt.
That's awesome.
I know. All right. Mine is, why is falling asleep the hardest thing I do every day? And why is it that I can fall asleep in the middle of a meeting at work? No problem. But when it's time for me to actually go to sleep, all I can think about is the time I farted in chemistry and all the hot girls laughed at me. That's like, I mean, you could rotate 37 different things in there.
Yeah. I like it.
Like I used to watch 9/11 documentaries to fall asleep to.
I remember that.
Yeah. That was like a very real thing.
Yeah.
It was like cozy up.
Do you think that do you listen to ASMR?
I did, yeah, for a long time.
Okay.
I was into like a very specific ASMR. Well, my ASMR was triggered by very specific things. So I kind of found my own little rabbit hole and just rewatched the same videos all the time.
Was it the sound of people putting socks on?
No. But I'm sure that exists. My favorite was people turning pages.
Ah.
The sound of like newspaper.
Mm.
And then like hearing just the pads of their fingers on the different style of paper that is newspaper. That just always got me. It just made me so relaxed. And then the other one is like people playing solitaire on there, like with actual cards. It's just the sound of a card slapping.
Wow.
Those two get me.
Very good.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. And they're like, generally I like them when they're silent, but sometimes when the person will under their breath, like inaudibly read the paper. So like it just, I don't know, that I zonked out to that stuff every time.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. The catch for me was watching a video that wasn't compelling enough to keep me awake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when someone is like doing like really interesting triggers and stuff, and you're like, how did you even think of that? And then you're sitting there just thinking about how, and you're like, oh, this isn't working. I'm more awake.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not their fault. I mean, they're just trying to, like, I used to watch a guy play that game. It was called like Gridlock or something. You remember where it's like you got a card and you set up all the little cars on the little gray thing, and it was like a bunch of little squares, and each car covered like 2 or 3 squares, and you had to organize the cars, and then you had to get like the blue car out. So you had to like slide them. You could only slide them in certain directions. You couldn't pick anything up. So this guy has a whole series of him playing through like from start to finish, like a whole box of it, which is like 60.
This is what we called it when I was a kid.
Shove it?
Shove it, yeah.
Front side or back side?
This is like an actual, like a physical tabletop game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's like, the guy that I
Same principle though?
yeah, very well. No, so like there are way fewer open spaces. Well, maybe it is. It's very similar, I would say. Yes. But like you move one and it opens up the space to be able to move another, and then you know, it's just a puzzle, you know. But so the guy's name is Ephemeral Rift. He's a really awesome guy. And because his name is Ephemeral Rift, his podcast is called FM Radio. It's fucking genius. But yeah, so he plays through, like, he starts on the easy ones, and so there's only like 3 cars on it, and then by the end it's like literally the entire board except one square is covered, and you have to like finagle. So I would watch that, but then I caught myself after like 4 videos. They're all like an hour long of me just being like, this is, I mean, are you watching this, guy? It's insane. Like, oh, it's 3 a.m. This isn't working anymore.
It's too engaging.
Yeah. Like it's, I can't, so I like the newspaper thing is so easy because I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Well, gang, if you hung around this long, we want to thank you big time.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you guys have heard us say it before. If you're longtime listeners, this is our creative outlet. We're fucking hilarious, and we
less air in the tires, Chris.
That's all right. But yeah, this is a really fucking great. I mean, it affected my mental state so bad. This and not being able to do Not So Anonymous. Like, I mean, again, I'm sorry for the fucking insane roller coaster that I fucking went through. Almost relapsed. By the way, work, you almost made me relapse 3 times. But it, like, I had grandiose ideas of like what this podcast is without recognizing the benefits that it had on me psychologically.
Yeah.
And so it's, I mean, now it's like imperative that I fucking have this shit. I need this to be able to say the goofy, weird shit, and I need to get back to doing my fucking, not my steps, but, you know,
therapeutic.
My weekly check-ins to make sure that I'm not fucking up.
Yeah. Well, and to have that added perspective now of like, who cares how many people listen? We thank every one of you for listening, but I mean,
Especially Kim.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kim.
We're in this because it's fun.
Yeah.
And I miss the shit out of you guys.
Dude.
I know I don't call. I know I don't write. But dude,
you don't call, you don't write.
This is, I mean, but you know me well enough to know that I don't do that shit anyway.
Yeah.
So even if we were seeing each other once a week, I wouldn't be. That's just not who I am. I'm really bad at it. That being said, super happy to be back. Much needed. I feel so good right now.
Yeah.
This is the best I've felt in weeks. So
yeah, this literally, like, seeing this now, you ever do that, like, where you, like, a time lapse where you're like, the month of February is just fucking gone?
Yes.
Like, it feels like there's such a clear hole that was there, and I can't believe that, like, we get to be back here.
Yeah.
Like, it just, I
It's a
fucking
blessing.
love it, dude.
It's a blessing. And, you know, like, Mara today, like, when you kind of brought your own stuff, to do that more.
Yeah.
Like,
that Tetris shit was fucking dope.
And your song was genuinely, like, stunningly beautiful. Like, please just, like, send us the link in the chat, because I'm gonna listen to that so many times.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know how many times prior to this did you? I mean, you're a wizard with the keys over there, but like, you didn't bring a piece of you. That was awesome. Do that more, because that was fun.
I'll try.
Yeah. Well, and like, I don't know. It felt like a 3-person conversation today.
Yeah.
Which it was excellent.
I loved watching you guys. This is all fucking shit that we could talk about afterwards, but yeah, do the, like, sharing the episodes is huge. Word of mouth is everything in the podcast world. There's, Jesus Christ, what was it? 4 billion episodes that you could choose to listen to.
Yeah.
Of, like, any fucking podcast. And so if you're choosing to listen to this one, fucking thank you.
We appreciate you
4 billion times over.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Same time next week?
So there's like kind of like a trend I've kind of been noticing. Maybe it's confirmation bias. But it seems like there's a lot of like trans people with ironic last names, and it's kind of unfortunate. But it can also be kind of funny. Like ones that people know a lot. Laverne Cox. Like, come on. Or Chelsea Manning. Like, it's not fair. Like, these are not... Sometimes you get to pick it, like, your first name. The worst one for me is always Amanda. Because if you just throw in a comma, it's Amanda.
Right.
Very unfortunate. But then you think, well, Mara Brusca. There's nothing there. But you're wrong. Let me show you. There's a little anime called Megami Tensei. You're not ready for this. This is Mara. A giant dick monster that rides on a chariot. And I looked into this further, and it turns out Mara is slang for dick in Japan.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's the worst one.
Yeah. I know.
Dick riding a chariot.
And then even more, like the Italian meaning is bitter.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that's... You are a bitter dick.
Yeah. It's great.
That's incredible.
I knew none of this before.
And you kind of drive a chariot, given that you drive a hearse.
Oh, I can't believe we didn't talk about
drive
that.
a hearse in today.
I didn't know if she wanted...
Oh, yeah.
Well,
we were going to bring it up.
I mean, how
but
many...
totally
I was
forgot.
just going to say, how many hearses do you see? So, like, somebody sees a hearse, they're going to be like, well, that's Mark.
Lane didn't even know what it was.
Yeah.
Dead people go in there.
What's cool, too, is I guess the speedometer just broke.
I love how it's a collector plate one, too.
Yeah.
So, some guy was like, yeah, I don't want to pay taxes on this anymore, so you go to the government.
No,
see
my
if
roommate.
Yeah. Was like...
Does he haul dead people?
No.
Oh.
No, but isn't that what collector's plates are? It's like a lower tax rate or something?
I don't know why.
Like you don't have to
That's a good question,
you don't have to pay
honestly.
for tabs or something on it.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
It's
with
actually supposed to be a
collectors.
custom.
It's a custom hearse.
It's supposed to be a custom plate. But he never got the custom plate.
I thought you meant like that was on Pimp My Ride.
Oh, you're supposed to be like Nevermore. Or
Exhibit
something.
was like, "Welcome to Pimp My Ride."
So there's a
I
coffin
don't know
in
why
it, right?
Exhibit is
Yeah,
also.
there's a coffin.
So
in it.
there's
a
actually a
prop in it.
coffin in there.
Yeah.
And I thought what they should do is put like a fake body in the coffin, so that if they ever get into a car accident, be like, "Oh my
You
God!"
should just unlatch the back every once in a while when you're on the highway, so that the coffin just goes flying out the back.
I want to. In my head, I had.
Bodies just. You get out like fuck. Picking up arms.
I was
Go
having
ahead.
this like dream exchange. I'm like, what if I got pulled over by a cop, and they're like, "Oh, is that a coffin back there?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it is." And they're like, "Oh, is there got a body in there or something?" I'm like, depending on how this stop goes, I might add one.
And they're like, I feel like we should take you in, but I don't know.
What if they gave you a ticket that just said "nice"?
You owe us $69,420. Nice. All right. Well, it's been real.
Yeah.
I'm so excited we're back. We're fucking back, baby.
Game on. All right. Same time next week.
Dude, absolutely. Down.
Dude. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Dude, absolutely.